Welcome to Trade Pro. It's currently Wednesday, August 3rd, and it's time to check out what's happening with Bitcoin, the S&P 500, and the dollar currency index. Where do they stand? What is likely going to happen next? So let's talk about it, starting on Bitcoin here with the daily time frame. And right now, not a lot has changed in the last few weeks. Essentially, we're looking at a large sideways consolidation, which could be an accumulation as well. But right now, based on the technicals, we still see a lower high compared to this last pullback. We still see price under the 200 EMA and somewhat of a sideways consolidation, which often leads into a continuation of the current trend direction. So being completely objective, the way it sits right now is bearish. We do also see a hidden bearish divergence here on the RSI, which means that price is making a lower high, but at the same time, the RSI is making a higher high. So hidden bearish divergence under the 200 EMA, lower highs and lower lows. So I'm going to be expecting another lower high and lower low. Of course, that can change if we get an invalidation. So if we see price come up over the 200 EMA and then we get a consolidation, we can look for that follow through to the upside. We see that break in structure here as well. So no longer creating a lower high around this level. Then we can get bullish, but right now we just got to stay objective and just look at the facts. It's all we can do. So I'm not worried about missing this. If the bottom's already in, I'm not too worried about missing this move right here that comes over the 200 EMA. I like to wait and trade with the trend. So that's it for Bitcoin here on the daily time frame. We can drop down to the hourly time frame where we also see price now pushing back under the 200 EMA. So short term also looking a bit more bearish or consolidating. So it's kind of unclear. Price sits right over the 200 EMA, chopping back and forth here. But the way it's sitting at this very moment, it looks like continuation down is going to be the most likely scenario. So let's move on to the S&P 500, where things will be quite similar. Price in a downtrend and still holding a lower high compared to this previous pullback right here. Still under the 200 EMA and RSI having reset quite a bit, so hidden bearish divergence as well. Of course, the bottom can be in, but I'm just saying from a daily time frame perspective, this offers a more attractive trade to the short side than it does to the upside from a technical point of view. So good risk to reward ratio here, as there's a very close level of invalidation. So most likely looking for continuation down here on S&P 500. And same thing as Bitcoin, things can change. We can pop up over here, over the 200 EMA, get a consolidation, and then get in on, looking for that next consolidation and continuation move. So let's move on. We'll go down to the hourly, just like we did for Bitcoin, where we actually do have a bit more of a bullish picture here. So consolidating sideways, it's already pulled back into the rejection zone indicator here over the 200 EMA. No hidden bullish divergence yet, but this does look more bullish. So looking for this to head to the upside here after this consolidation. So a bit of a mixed bag of signal on the hourly versus a daily for S&P 500. Now let's go to the dollar currency index, which we, of course, see a lot of correlation between dollar currency index, S&P 500, and Bitcoin. And essentially, if the dollar is going down, often we see Bitcoin and S&P 500 going up, at least on average. That's quite a correlation that we do see very often. Now, if we take a look here, this is in a strong uptrend, of course, and it is pulled back right now. So this would offer a favorable position to people who expect continuation up. If we're going to get that continuation up, this would be an area where people who are entering into long start scaling in with the expectation this will continue up. Although, of course, if we see this come under the 200 EMA, start breaking down these higher lows, stops creating higher lows and higher highs, then we get those clues that this may be reversing. Okay, but right now the most likely scenario is still a continuation move to the upside. Let's go down to the hourly, where we still see price under the 200 EMA, although not a lot of clarity here, having popped just up over the 200, pulling back into the rejection zone indicator. So there is that potential that this is a higher low and it's going to go up for a higher high. But I just wouldn't want to trade this right here on the hourly. It's just not a very clear setup at the very moment. So going to be skipping this one here. Okay. So that's going to kind of cover the state of the markets right now. Looking for continuation moves until we have our invalidations. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.